This is Lisa Marie Goodson of the Blackberry Beauty Transformative Academy, Ancient African Wisdom for the Modern Sister. I know you're thinking, this girl is hot today, okay? I am hot today, y'all. I'm hot today. We're doing things, we're doing big things. And so I wanted to show you these beautiful walking sticks. They are actually original, one of a kind by my husband, Mr. Warren Goodson. And so what I'm gonna do first is put one to the side, because I want you to know that my husband will be selling these on his website, on our website. These are actually one of a kind, and they are amazing and beautiful. I already did this same kind of, basically I showed my Afrocentric home decor channel them, and I'm telling you this, before I believe it, they will sell really quickly. So if you see it and you want it, the first person who emails me, the price is very affordable. First person who emails me and picks out one of these and say they want it, I'll make sure that you have it. We'll do, you know, our little transaction and you'll be able to have it. But let me just tell you about it. Look at this beautiful black swan. Now, this is so beautiful. My husband's going to tell us more about it, but I just want you to know, because I think that you got to get the picture of where it started from. This was a branch, a tree branch that you walk by every single day. And so my husband did an incredible amount of work to do this. And so, baby, tell them a little bit about the idea of what this branch looked like, because you did talk about it was already curved this way. Is that correct? Or kind of?
Yes, yeah. It was already curved in that way, which helped determine what it would be. So after, what did I say, studying it a while, then I decided a black swan would be fitting. So beginning to reshape it a little, and it's only a little because, like I said, the bend existed already in the neck, so it's just fine-tuning of a natural occurrence. And of course, the bill being most of the work and carving.
So you carved it, and then what did you do to get it all glossy and stained? And then what about the feathers? How did you get that and all that?
Well, to get the feathers, the mouth, the eyes, I used a wood burning tool or a soldering iron to get that texture. And then I proceeded to stain. I used the ebony stain at the neck.
Gorgeous, it's wonderful.
And then polyurethane on top after to seal everything in and protect it.
So ladies, this could be a walking stick. This could be decor. It could be over your door. It could be in the corner. It could be something to walk with, but also something to look at. It could be for a man, a woman, an elder, a youngster. These are one of a kind. They will never be duplicated. You can't say, can I have one of those? I want that one like you had before. The wood dictates, and that's the beauty of it, that it's one of a kind. The wood dictates it, or the size, the shape, but also that's the benefit. Because really, you want to know that you got something no one else has. It's an original done by my husband's hands, and you can imagine the process of it. He makes it look really easy. He makes it sound easy, but if you saw where it started, he had to actually, what was that, shaving the wood? How did you, what is the sanding?
Well, you're sanding. Well, first you got to take the husk or the bark off,
right,
to get to the wood.
Right.
And, you know, before you actually put the feather pattern in, you have to sand it down. Yeah. Usually a coarse, a medium, and then an extra fine sandpaper before you start staining it, putting the finished touches on it.
So that's a process, but y'all, I absolutely love this. I mean, look how good this looks. Like, can you imagine walking through the woods or taking a hike, walking through the park? Just think about the gift giving that this could be. I mean, like, I would give this to anybody I know who has a cane now, that might have a cane or a walking stick. I would give this to them. I would give this to a teen, a child, a young person rather, an elder. Like, I am in love with this. So we're going to go on to the other one. So if you think you want it, you can email me at blackberrybeauty@gmail.com, because it will go on the website. But I know there's some people that said, I already know I want one. I want it now. The first one that gets to me, a comment that says, please hold that, I want it. They'll be able to have it. And the price, again, is affordable for a work of art, for an original piece. you will be able to definitely afford this. Now look at this piece. This piece, like I said, definitely I can feel the heaviness. There's a lot of detail going, but again, he's going to explain to you that this, again, it lended itself to this. Well, this is what he saw. So tell us a little bit about this process.
Yes, you're exactly right. The bend, it could be a lot of things. It depends on what you want it to be. So I thought of a woman's face and head and crown when I saw the bend in the stick to honor African women. And it could be carried by a woman or a man. And this is white maple. It's stained with walnut, dark walnut stain. Has gold leaf in the crown, if you can see the back of it. And then the red wrap as well. And it has a beautiful bend at the bottom, which was made by another vine, a host. Well, the stick was the host. The vine was the rider.
Yes, the rider. Yes.
So, but it left behind a nice mark on the stick.
And so process the same sanding, staining,
yeah,
all of that, and the gold leaf, very hard to handle because you said it.
Yeah, it's very light, and the wind, slightest breeze will blow it away. Yeah. Of course, this took way more time than the black swan because you actually have, features, lips and nose and eyes and ears. So
the prices will be different for each one of them, but y'all, look how gorgeous this is. For a person who doesn't even walk, it doesn't even have to be a walking stick is what I like. Yeah. It's a work of art. And I was telling the last Afrocentric Home Decor channel that my husband really wanted to create something that everybody could have in their home, something that everybody could afford. Some people really love, we get a lot of inquiries about his larger pieces of art, his watercolors, his oils, his acrylics, but and even his wood burning. But sometimes people can't maybe afford it at the time. But these are definitely much more affordable. But they're still work of art and originals and one of a kind. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's about our culture. I mean, gift giving time is coming. Holidays are coming. People would love this. And this is something that I know can last you for a lifetime. Can you imagine? So you'll have a Warren Goodson. And, as a matter of fact, for those that are not, I know some of you do watch the Afrocentric Home Decor channel, and you probably watched the last live stream if you want now. But we're going to actually feature Warren as our next guest to talk about art and the process of art and why you should collect and have, and the meaningfulness of that, and individually as well. So I wanted to show you that. And one other place we're going to go is in the kitchen. So if you are interested in any of these pieces, there are more coming. Remember, they will never be these. He does one of a kind because, again, that's just the way it is, right? It's like that, and that's the way it is. So anyway, let me go put them over here. And then I'm going to show y'all something else I wanted to show you because I promised. They're so gorgeous. So I was going to follow me in the kitchen. So I just wanted to show you something that I was doing that I did with the other, with my YouTube live stream. I'm sorry, Facebook live stream. I wanted to do with you. So I'm talking about sprouting today because remember, I'm 365 days to raw. And this is actually sponsored by the Sacred Hibernation Intensive that's going to happen October 1st. If you're not going to be there, I don't know where you're going to be. I don't know where you're going to be for 21 days, but you need to be there because we're learning about raw foods and all this benefits. And today we're talking about sprouting. And so today I'm working with something called mung beans. Again, I hear the Indians call it mung beans, so M-U-N-G. And these actually are great for sprouting. Sprouts have more vitamin C than orange juice and strawberries and other fruits and vegetables. High in antioxidants, so it's cancer preventing, low in starch, low in calorie, great dietary fiber. This is truly called living food as opposed to raw foods, and it's the easiest thing to do. So, and you can eat them over salads, you can put them on a raw burger or some raw bread, you can put it on top of a soup. It is so good for everything. And so I just want to show you the process. First thing you want to do is you can go to any hardware store and buy this. It's called nylon screen, and so it comes in a big old screen, and I just cut it in squares. Let me show you the beauty of this. And of course, I took a half a cup, but I would recommend to you to only take a quarter cup of the mung beans, because this is going to be so filled with sprouted beans, right? So sprouts. So I would take a quarter cup of mung beans, and what I did for the first time is I just put it in a mason jar and filled it with water. Then I covered it up, and overnight I just left it right here on the counter. The next morning I got up, which is, let's say I'm doing that right now, and what I did was I took this nylon screen. You can cut yours smaller. You'll just need a rubber band that you probably have already in the house. You cover that with it. You come over to the sink. This is another, you just soak it one night on the countertop. Let me tell you why I'm making that reference. And then you just wash it out, and look how the screen prevents the beans from falling out. The heavier beans still hold it. And then let's say you rinse it a few times. So you're going to rinse it really good. I'm just doing it kind of quickly. And then you want to take a place where it can dry. So you want to have it at an angle so that all the water can dry out. So a dish rack is perfect. And then you leave it. On the next day, you're going to get up the next morning. When you wake up in the morning, you're going to come back over here. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to rinse them out. You're going to rinse them till all the cloudiness in the water is clear. Then you're going to shake it out. You're going to do the same thing. You're done for the day. The next morning you come again. Every single day you will notice the sprouts actually start coming out. It's going to fill this whole jar. That's why I say a quarter cup. That's all you need. And you can use it, refrigerate it afterwards. It's wonderful. You do that, it takes about 3 to 5 days to actually get the whole thing done and fully sprouted. Maybe 2. And if your house is really warm or humid, it may take 2 to 3 days. Or 2 to 4 days as opposed to 2 to 5 days. It depends. If your house is very humid, you want to make sure that that doesn't mold, so you might want to clean it in the morning and night. I've never had to do it in the Bay Area. Actually, I sprouted here. I only had to do it once here too, but the sprouts sprouted faster because of the humidity. That's in North Carolina. It's a little bit different. You want to talk about a great addition to, less starch, the harmful stuff of starch, all the right things about starch, all the protein that we talk about, vital nutrients that's in it, and it's a whole foods, it's a raw food, it's a living food, and it's delicious, and you can have it over so many things. So anyway, I wanted to make sure I showed you that. And my last thing I wanted to show you is I showed the last live stream. I know you guys are laughing, but remember I made that apple pie yesterday? This is absolutely the pie. My husband and I ate almost half of it. We love this pie. Remember, the crust was almonds, sea salt, and dates. Absolutely delicious, all raw, nothing in here is cooked. And then we made a wonderful, and so the base was the 6 apples sliced thinly, and then and some cinnamon, and then the syrup that we put on was a little bit of orange juice, some more dates, and I think that was it. And then we put raisins inside the apple mixture and poured all that, and put the crust on the bottom and poured everything in. This pie is so delicious. I hope it lasts till the end of the day, but we'll see. So there you go. That is the raw apple pie. It has raisins, apples, cinnamon, dates, and the nuts and sea salt, and it's so delicious. So yes, y'all, if you want to know how to do this and more, because the way I'm coming, like I told you about it, but I can show you, and I got other things. I created my original today. I call it zucchini linguine, raw zucchini linguine. It's off the chain. I gave it to my husband. I made it up as I went. And we're going to be doing this in the Sacred Intensive, the Sacred Hibernation Intensive. We're going to be doing some walking, moving, running. We're going to do saunas, and it's all virtual, and you could be there. Go to the website at blackberrybeautyacademy.com. That's blackberrybeautyacademy.com. It starts October 1st. It is on the beautiful new website, which a whole bunch of stuff is on there, and you should see it. All right now my husband and I are getting ready to go to do a photo shoot, because we are getting our next show ready for the Afrocentric Home Decor channel. So ladies, if you love those sticks, say it in the comments. Tell me you love it and you want me to hold it for you, and I'll get back to you, and I'll tell you how the price is, and if you want it, we'll make sure we send it off to you. This is Lisa Marie Goodson and Warren Goodson of the Blackberry Beauty Transformative Academy, Ancient African Wisdom for the Modern Sister. Peace and blessings.